Even the issue of communication. How do you communicate with them if they are much more capable than we are? They might operate on a different level, a different plane. A Harvard astrophysicist has gone on record suggesting the massive interstellar object now diving through our solar system might actually be alien technology. But here's the twist. If it's not, it could rewrite everything we know about how planets form. Astronomers designated it 3I Atlas. The numbers tell a staggering story. Potentially 10,000 times heavier than any interstellar visitor should be. It's somewhere between 1,000 and 100,000 times more massive than the other two interstellar objects we've seen before, carrying a chemical signature that doesn't occur naturally and violating statistical models so severely that its mere existence borders on impossible. It's also shedding unusual materials like nickel without iron that we only find in industrial production. Therefore, scientists face two mind-bending options. Either we just won the cosmic lottery with odds of 1 in millions, or this 3-kilometer colossus was designed. Most people don't realize that finding an object this gigantic as only the third interstellar visitor is like fishing in the ocean and catching a whale on your third cast. You'd have to conclude either the ocean is full of whales you somehow missed, or someone put that whale on your line. But the pattern of these three cosmic travelers gets even stranger. Before we delve deeper, I have something special for you. Imagine if humanity were able to record the surface of Comet Churyumov-Gerasimenko in 2016. That's exactly the video I want to show you. Just see for yourself. It looked like a snowy day in some forest, but it is actually the comet's surface. Okay, let's head back to our present mystery. January 7th, 2023. Hawaii's Atlas telescope network swept the darkness, doing what it does every night, hunting for objects on collision courses with Earth. Instead, it detected a faint flicker moving against the stars. The Sentinel system logged it as C2023A3, just another routine comet catalogued in the first half of January. Therefore, no alarms sounded. No headlines ran. A simple designation concealed what would become one of astronomy's greatest puzzles. And as we all know, you can't judge a book by its cover. So if you just see what lies on the skin of the object, it doesn't tell you that it's necessarily natural. Observatories worldwide turned their instruments toward this visitor. The trajectory calculations came back hyperbolic, not the closed ellipse of a solar-bound object. This was a traveler from the space between stars, only the third ever confirmed. Consequently, astronomers renamed it 3I Atlas, I standing for interstellar. But the real bombshell was still buried in the data, waiting for someone to crunch the numbers on its mass. What I'm about to reveal about this object's weight will flip your understanding of interstellar space. A team at Harvard, led by the often controversial Avi Loeb, analyzed hundreds of observations tracking non-gravitational acceleration. As comets spew gas jets, they get pushed, like leaky fire extinguishers, drifting slightly from gravity's predicted path. Small, lightweight nuclei get shoved around substantially. Massive, heavy ones barely budge. Despite 3I Atlas showing a vibrant, active coma, indicating vigorous outgassing, the object was hardly being pushed at all. Therefore, the only explanation, a solid body roughly 3 km in diameter, weighing over 33 billion tons. We get a mass of 33 billion tons. That's the minimum. The object needs to be more massive than that. Picture a mountain of ice and rock hurtling between star systems. This number shatters expectations. Most people miss the math here, but if you're catching this, you'll see why every astronomer is quietly panicking. The object is 3 to 5 orders of magnitude more massive than predicted. That translates to hundreds of thousands of times heavier than what statistical models say we should encounter. Based on everything we understand about interstellar debris, humanity should have detected dozens, maybe hundreds of smaller visitors before ever stumbling upon a giant of this scale. Yet here it was, discovery number 3, defying probability. Consequently, either our assumptions about the space between stars are catastrophically wrong, or we're witnessing something that doesn't fit natural distributions. Right now, before this gets stranger, there's a chemical signature in the data that shouldn't be possible in nature. Early spectroscopic analysis pointed to nickel detection without corresponding traces of iron. In the natural cosmos, these two elements are virtually inseparable. forged together in the nuclear furnaces of dying stars and expelled as a matched pair. Finding one without the other is a massive red flag. It hints at an industrial process, like refining or manufacturing. This single tantalizing clue, combined with its impossible size and statistical anomaly, began fueling speculation that extended far beyond conventional astrophysics. To understand why 3I Atlas is causing such upheaval, look back at the strange visitors that preceded it. Before 2017, spotting an object from another star system lived purely in theoretical papers. Then came 1I Oumuamua, Hawaiian for scout. It arrived like a cosmic slap, small, maybe 400 meter long, with a bizarre elongated shape like a tumbling cigar or spinning pancake. But the most shocking detail? It showed zero coma, zero tail, yet accelerated away from the sun as if something invisible was pushing it. Without telltale gas jets, what provided thrust? Loeb proposed a radical answer. A solar sail, a thin technological sheet propelled by sunlight pressure. The scientific community fractured over the idea. However, Oumuamua was already outbound, vanishing into darkness before telescopes could get a definitive look. 2 years later, in 2019, astronomers detected 2I Borisov. This one fit expectations. Visible coma, streaming tail, outgassing like homegrown comets. Relief swept through the astronomical community. Oumuamua was the anomaly. Borisov proved normal interstellar comets existed, but even Borisov carried secrets. Analysis revealed unusually high carbon monoxide concentrations, far exceeding any comet from our Oort cloud, hinting at formation around a frigid red dwarf star. Still, its nucleus measured less than a mile across. It aligned with models, more or less. Stop. These three visitors form a pattern that contradicts everything we thought we knew about the space between stars. A tiny, bizarrely shaped object with mysterious acceleration and no coma. A small, relatively normal comet with weird chemistry. A Leviathan. Logic would dictate the third should be similarly modest. Instead, we get a blue whale after a piranha and a goldfish. You'd immediately conclude this is no ordinary pond. Therefore, either the interstellar medium teems with monsters we've been completely blind to, or these aren't random rocks, but messengers carrying profound clues. Two bold theories have emerged, each attempting to explain what 3I Atlas truly represents. The first transforms it from wanderer to cosmic architect. Astrophysicist Suzanne Pfalzner proposes the planet-making seed hypothesis. There's a timing crisis in planetary science. Computer simulations show core accretion. The process where dust grains clump into boulders and eventually planet cores takes tens of millions of years. Planetary scientists have known about this timing problem for decades. What they didn't expect was the solution arriving from another star system. Young solar systems lose their gas-rich disks in just a few million years as stellar radiation blows them away. It's a race. Planets keep losing. How did Jupiter bulk up so fast? Pfalzner's answer: the cores don't build from scratch. They arrive prepackaged from interstellar space. Imagine a struggling young solar system. Into its swirling disk drops a visitor like 3I Atlas, a ready-made 3-kilometer seed. Instead of needing millions of years to assemble from dust, this massive nucleus immediately begins gravitationally pulling in surrounding gas, slashing formation time dramatically. Pfalzner's simulations even demonstrate that larger, more massive stars capture these interstellar seeds more effectively. Observations confirm gas giants are indeed more common around bigger stars. The theory and evidence align beautifully. From this perspective, 3I Atlas isn't just a comet, but a potential world builder, a foundation upon which alien Jupiters might rest. Pay attention to this timeline. Miss it, and you won't understand why this is humanity's one chance. Unlike Oumuamua, which humanity spotted while it was already fleeing, 3I Atlas was detected far out, years before its closest approach. We finally possess the luxury of preparation. The European Space Agency isn't wasting the opportunity. While mainstream outlets debate Comet versus craft and robotic observers are already moving into position for an encounter that could answer the oldest. Question.ESA is preparing two of its Martian assets, Mars Express and the ExoMars Trace Gas Orbiter. These spacecraft, already stationed in the inner solar system, will turn their sophisticated instruments toward 3i Atlas as it makes its closest pass. Humanity's mechanical eyes, positioned at the perfect vantage point, will capture data Oumuamua never allowed us to gather. Two competing theories. One trichium enigma, a cosmic messenger that either solves the mystery of how gas giants form so quickly or represents our first confirmed detection of technology from another civilization. Avi believes we must remain open to possibilities. The universe keeps handing us. Susanna Falzner sees an elegant solution to planetary formation's greatest puzzle. But both agree on one fact. 3i Atlas shouldn't exist according to our current models. Yet here it comes, diving